with summer, I need to take a break. And I want to hop on here and connect with you all to give some life update, share how my summer was, and definitely say that I'm going to go back to learning Serbian. I still have my book, Step into Serbian. I had took a lot of great notes. The last lesson was in June. I can't believe September's nearly over, so I will be reviewing my notes so we can pick up from where we finished. We got all the way to chapter 12, and I have not forgotten my alphabet. So, yeah, I was just live on TikTok, and I thought, why not hop on here and talk to you all here on YouTube because I joined YouTube and started creating YouTube video last November, and it's been quite a journey. So I've reached also 4,000 subscribers. So I'm really, really excited that I've gotten this far. And YouTube has been an amazing journey. I learned so much. Doing long formatted content has brought me amazing opportunities. So yeah, we can hop on here and give you some insight about why, as an American living in Belgrade for the last 3 years, why I love Belgrade, why I continue to choose Belgrade as my home. I meet new people every day, and people ask me, why Serbia? I think with Serbs, especially when they see foreigners, they're so friendly, so kind, so open, and they ask, why do you choose to live in Belgrade out of all places? And I've been an expat for over 11 years, and I've been really fortunate to live in big cities, small cities. I lived in Asia for 5 years. I was in Bangkok. I spent time in different cities in China. I was in South Korea. I holidayed in Japan and Vietnam and in Cambodia. I spent some time in Singapore, Kazakhstan, and I knew I wanted to move to Europe, and I started out in Paris. So I have some experience when it comes to living in a variety of places, but Belgrade really had everything I was looking for. I'm 35, I'm single and child free, so I know that I want to be able to settle in a place, hi, where I can call home. And 9 times out of 10, like, every place was always missing something, and Belgrade has it all. And I know Serbs, especially that left during the 90s. Oh, you're so kind. Or whose families left during, before Yugoslavia fell apart. I met so many Serbs, especially that, their family went to the African continent to work, uh, or they went to other parts of Europe that are returning back to Serbia. But still, Serbs here, they are like, Blair, why do you call Serbia home? Hi! Thank you. I feel very beautiful, especially in this new place. So, the biggest news that I have is that I moved to a new place. I'm still in the city center, and this place is everything. I've been working, for 10 years and moving around so much. It's just like I need to find a home somewhere that I could especially create content full time and be creative and be in an aesthetically nice place. And I'm really blessed to find this new place, and I'm definitely going to step up creating more YouTube lives, long form shorts. I'm really happy everyone loves my shorts. So that's my biggest news, moving to this incredibly beautiful place, great location, it's safe. Uh, you know, Everyone dreams to have a better life than their parents, and I know that when I was younger and living in a small town, I always dreamed of living in the city. So I was crying when I moved in. I was just like, I cannot believe this is my home. I made it. I know some people get places like this in their 20s, but it took me, longer than usual. But that's one thing I like. I'm really living a dream life here in Belgrade, um, or at this stage of my life where I can, be creative. I have a company, ABC Experiences and Events DOO. Uh, and I know I'm very privileged as a foreigner, but people here are really kind. And while it has definitely gotten more expensive over the years, uh, there's a lot of development happening here in Belgrade. So aside from moving from this beautiful place, I got a new position as a spokeswoman for NTL Trust. This company helps people secure their wealth, their lifestyle, and global mobility via getting a second or third citizenship. I do hope to become a Serbian citizen. Like people ask me, like, Blair, you promote this country so much. Like, are you a Serbian citizen yet? I really hope to be gifted, hint, hint, a citizenship, but that's a long way to go. So beautiful place, new position. So I'll be traveling again. 2 weeks ago, I was in Sao Tome and Principe promoting their citizenship by investment program. Like as a content creator, it's a dream to get such like a brand deal. So there are people that move here and also like me work as have their own companies and want to apply and get a Serbian citizenship. So those are my two biggest news. I did stick around here for the summer. You can share below how was your summer? Did anybody travel anywhere unique? I know many Serbs go to Italy, they go to Greece, Montenegro. Last year I was in Budva, which was really beautiful by the seaside. I went swimming for the first time in a long time. Even this summer, I went to a rooftop hotel, the Hotel President Palace in Dorchel. They have like the only rooftop pool. It was really beautiful. So the city was pretty empty, but very, very hot. So you're new to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. And yes, Rachel Higgins, I see your comments. Thank you for subscribing and watching my content. I'm really happy I reached a milestone of 4,000 subscribers. Growing a YouTube community is not easy. Oh my, YouTube has been a very humbling experience, but I've learned a lot. Ada, you said you went to Malta this year. Malta is interesting. I haven't heard many people go to Malta, but hey, any way to escape the city. I know many Serbs, they go back to like their villages or their small towns. I wish maybe one day I can buy like a house in a village somewhere remotely in Serbia. That would be like a dream. Because it gets so hot here, excuse me, during the summer. So the city's quite empty. There's a lot of tourists. So my summer, June, July, August was mostly here. And then I had my business trip. And I'll be traveling again next month for business. So it's just, I've been very blessed. I feel like this country has blessed me incredibly. I don't want to just, I want Belgrade to be my home base, but also I still want to set up residences in other countries. Like I want to go back to Asia. I still, after my trip to Sao Tome and Principe in West Africa, like the lifestyle that I know I can have definitely can be an STP as they call it. Beautiful little island off the west coast, the coast of Guinea. But aside from that, Belgrade will forever be home. And I just want to check in with everyone because I haven't made my long form videos in a long time. Because this last couple of months, I've moved. I've literally moved 4 times this year. But here, this will be long term, which again, very, very happy. And also, yes, I did my CNBC Make It. CNBC did a story on me as an American living in Belgrade. That project was like a whole year in the making. So they published that in August. So that was a very exciting project to promote not just my brand, but show like the best of Belgrade. So yeah, I'm very happy. I feel like a lot of people, since I'm not your average expat, I'm not married, I don't have children, I'm not a diplomat, I didn't come here for like a comfortable corporate job. My experience is very different because I am single, I have my own business, I'm an influencer, which happened really by accident. I didn't come here saying, I'm gonna be an influencer, it just kind of happened thanks to TikTok. And I've socialized and navigated many different circles here. People are really open and kind and friendly. So, ciao, chachi. I have not found my husband. I'm still in the city center. Like city center, that is the best neighborhood for me because I don't have a car, and location for me is great because I know this neighborhood quite well. I love my bakery and my grocery store. I'm near my religious community, so it's really important, like certain aspects, for me to stay in the city center. So I don't know if I even want to get married. Like I love being a single girly. I don't want to live, I want to live alone. I have a very beautiful home, which I'm so appreciative right now. I don't know if I want to interrupt that with a marriage. So Like, unless a man is going to come and make my life better and easier, I'm quite satisfied being single. And I got out of a long term relationship this year, which I did a video, I think on TikTok about, but I'm happy alone. I am very happy single. So I don't think a husband's going to add much to my life at this point. So you're Serbian and half Croatian living in Germany. Why would you choose Germany? You know, at one point I thought about living in Germany, but it just didn't happen. Like, I need to live in a country where I can start a business. And the thing I love about Serbia, it's relatively easy to start a business here as a foreigner. It's not overpriced, there's not as much bureaucracy. People are open to ideas because if you have a business idea and the market doesn't match, it doesn't matter how good the idea is. So Germany wouldn't honestly be a match for my business. And I'm very extroverted, and Germans, I do have some German friends. Like, it takes years to like really call a German a friend. Here in Serbia, I have to say I have 5 like people that I can say are good friends. And these are people I've known for more than a year. They send me at my highest points, my lowest points. So I don't think Germany would be a good fit. Like, it would be good for a holiday, but there's not many places in the world, especially as a single child-free woman far away from her family, where I can comfortably start a business. So I met many Germans here that work in the consulate or for German companies. So yeah, it takes years. I remember when I was in university and there's this group of Germans because our university has like a sister school in Germany, and it took me like several months to get close to some of the Germans, and I'm still best friends with them. One of them from till this day. Like, we had an English class together, we really hit it off, but it took him a long time to open up. So I need to live in a society where people are open and friendly, and that is something definitely Serbia has. People here are very open and friendly, at least to foreigners. So I feel that, especially at my age and stage of life, I want to have friends, I want to have community, I want to live in a space that's very safe. I'm not saying Germany is not safe, but not many cities these days are safe for single women. I don't want to get political, but a lot of European cities, the character has changed a lot. And I just wouldn't feel safe walking at night. Like, it's almost 10 o'clock. I can go for a walk. I can go to the park next door to me. And yeah, it's not safe. Do you see that we have Mormon missionaries in the street in Belgrade now? Yeah, what is up with all these Mormons here? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. There's Mormons, there's Jehovah's Witnesses. I've talked to the Jehovah's Witness. I'm like, why are you here? I asked my TikTok following. I'm just like, why? What do you guys think of these people here? I don't know. In every market I've lived in, you always find Mormons. No, you find Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, even when I was in Singapore, like, even though they're legally not allowed to be there, but somehow they made it there. So most Serbs are Orthodox Christians, religiously and culturally. So I'm surprised why these Mormons, not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just, this is not a market, I think, that would be wise to really invest and recruit people to your faith. So that's my opinion. Anyways, summer here was hot, bit empty. There are more tourists, though tourism is, because of the whole incident last year with the train station, which I've taken the train from Belgrade to Novi Sad, has definitely affected the tourism here and the mass protests. So that has changed a lot. So the city is not as once full and thriving of tourists, but more people. I've seen more tourists. There's a lot of Turkish people because I used to live in Istanbul, so I hear Turkish in the streets all the time. I see more Chinese people. I've seen Indian people, other Europeans. So there are more people. I've even seen some black tourists. I met some black girls that follow me on TikTok, and they see me on the street like, oh my gosh, I came here because of you. So there are tourists here. Am I fluent in Serbian? If not, do you find it difficult to operate your own business? Well, I have a team. I have a lawyer and I have an accounting firm that helps me. And I'm going to get back to doing my Learn Serbian live with me. So I have this book, Step Into Serbian. I usually stream this on TikTok, but I did stream like practicing my writing. And I have a book here, like a children's book to practice my writing. So I still, know I took really good notes. So I wouldn't say I'm fluent. I think it will take time. Like I was explaining on TikTok earlier, I went to Pekara Bakery and I spoke and ordered everything in Serbian. Like when I have to speak Serbian, it comes out. When I have to, especially if the person speaks no English, it comes out. But everyone here speaks English. That's another wonderful thing about living in Belgrade. Everyone, okay, almost everyone speaks English. And I think the American in me is just like a bit lazy when it comes to learning the language. But since I really want to make this my home and I have a business here, I made it my business to learn the language. So I could read the Cyrillic, I practice, I stream it, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So again, people here are kind. I feel like as an American looking at what's going on in the US right now, it is really unsafe. And I'm really happy Belgrade is home. Like, not only the American dream is dead, it's as a woman, it's just, I want to live in a society where I have rights. As a millennial, I want to live in a society where I could, build a successful business. Not saying my business is like super duper successful, but there is room for growth, and it's relatively affordable to live here in Belgrade. So I just don't have such certain problems, like in the US where it's prohibitively expensive to set up a company. I do pay monthly taxes, but in the US, you just have all these little expenses that really gets in the way. So for my clients who want to relocate, um, I say Serbia is very business friendly. You want to be in a country as a foreigner where if you don't have a corporate job that brought you to the country, or if you're not a diplomat and you have the option to start a business, you want to be able to live in a place that empowers you, not empowers, but enables you to start that business. Open up a business bank account where, locals will buy your products or your services, where you can sell stuff online. So this summer I also had launched my online shop selling sun umbrellas and UV clothing because Europe has gotten hot. It is not just like regular summer. You need to cover. Like my hot girl morning walks, I have this UV jacket. I carry my sun umbrellas. So I did that. And that's another thing that makes Serbia wonderful. To start a business, I don't, I can't give you a job, though there are companies that do provide recruiting services. I actually met a couple of Serbs that have sourced people from South Asia and from the African continent to work in hospitality. So, but that's not something I do. It's too complicated. That's not my interest. But there is a demand. There are a lot of people I see in grocery stores working as bus drivers, working in hotels, working in factories. So there is a demand. That's just not what my business does. So I'm sorry, I can't help. But there was a lot of different restaurants that opened this summer. So I went to Elizabeth, I went to Tolstoy. Like honestly, the luxury lifestyle is attainable here. That's one of the perks of being an influencer, to get a taste of luxury. Now there are not any like luxury stores, which is fine. I don't have a lot of stuff. I'm a bit of a minimalist. But when it comes to dining and entertainment, yeah, Belgrade is probably the best place for parties, for socializing. Like all the women look like models, and actually a lot of my friends are former models. I was so intimidated when I came here 3 years ago and I went to Lafayette, the cabaret on Belgrade waterfront in Betonala, and everyone just looked literally like a supermodel. And I'm like, okay, I think I look good, but the women here pushed me to step up. So I've taken care of my skin better. I got better clothes. I wear heels. Like, if you're gonna be a woman here, you cannot be lazy. There is no such thing as looking ugly in this country. You're just lazy. Put some makeup on, go to the hair salon, get your nails done. It's definitely affordable to be a beautiful woman here. And I did a video earlier about how I went from ugly duckling to swan because I just felt like an unattractive woman in the US. And I know a lot of black women can speak to that. Like in certain cities, you're just invisible. Like being a black woman in LA, nobody is checking for you. I have been to Croatia 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Yeah, I've been to Croatia. So as a black woman, I feel very beautiful living in Serbia. As a black woman, I feel confident. I don't have to deal with like colorism and featurism. Like that is one reason why I don't want to go to the Americas. I don't want to live in Central and South America or the Caribbean because colorism is a problem. And I do not want to deal with that. So here, I'm just an American, I'm a woman, and I happen to be black. I'm a beautiful woman, I'm an attractive woman. Uh, there's so many great shops for me to buy beautiful clothes. The MAC store, I get my foundation. I'm not wearing makeup right now. I got nice lipstick. It's easy to be a beautiful woman in Belgrade, especially as a black woman. I stand out a lot. So that's another great thing. I want to live in a country, in a city where my beauty is not something that has some deep historic what do I say? Where it's easy to be a beautiful woman. Like yes, there's a standard of beauty here, but it's not rooted in racism. So I love that Belgrade, especially some of the beauty salons I see, they have pictures of black women. Like I get compliments and people are like, wow, you have nice hair, you have nice skin. Like people are genuine here. So yeah, you saw a difference people between Croatia and Serbia. Yeah, when I was in Croatia, I mean, it's very tourist heavy. You have a lot of Americans, you have a lot of Germans. There is a difference in the history between Croatia and Serbia. So I say I like Serbia better. That's just my personal take. I feel Serbs are much more welcoming and more friendly. When I was in Croatia, I was in like a tourist spot. So I've never been to Zagreb, so I can't speak to that. I think personally, after living abroad for 11 years, Serbia is home. It just works. You know, everyone has to find a place that they can call home. And for me, Serbia is it. And the summer has been actually this year, 2025 has been quite a good year for me. And it's the Jewish New Year because I'm a Jewish woman. So I was praying yesterday and today with my community. So it's great to be a Jewish woman here as well. You believe I'm very warm and have a great heart. I feel that I could be warm and have a great heart here. Like, I think I would be a very different person and much more guarded if I lived in the US because it is such an unsafe country. A lot of people have such anxiety. It's very individualistic. Like you don't spend as much time with your friends and family because you're always working. Like here, I spend time with my friends. I have a community. I live, not too far from my religious community. So people here are more relaxed. Like yes, they have stress. People have problems, but honestly, I think I'm living a good life here. Like I found a country that loves, and I could be soft and feel safe. In the US, I would not. I would not feel safe. I honestly would be like a gun owner because of all the crime going on. Every day when I open TikTok or read the news, it's just like some shooting. I would definitely carry. You cannot be a soft flower in the US at this point. No matter, even if you live in an affluent neighborhood, like your bubble could still lead to certain problems. Here, I think I live quite comfortably. It could be more comfortable, but at this stage of my life, I'm happy. I'm happy. How do you know the salary rate? I don't know. I would have to say because I don't have a job. I have my own company. I would say that the average salary rate is just like under €1,000, which I think is a tragedy because people are talented here. They're multilingual, and they're hard workers. So I really think the minimum wage should be higher. People should earn more. And the ownership class or the business class here definitely could do more to pay people better. But I'm not an economist. I'm not a politician. It's just my observation. So That's why I tell people start your own business. Like a lot of my friends, foreign and local, are business owners. If you want to make a lot of money, start a business. Solve a problem, solve a complex problem people are willing to pay you for. And I say this as a former teacher because I used to live in Thailand and Kazakhstan, and I was a teacher, and I taught professionals, and I taught high school students, and I was just like, a lot of the material and curriculum is not teaching skills and critical thinking and core skills that are jobs for the future. Like 20 years ago, influencer didn't exist. So I wouldn't say I just don't agree with the protest because, again, maybe I'm speaking out of my depth, but be the change you want to see. You need to start a business. That's I think the solution. And I know everyone can't start a business. As far as what is my business, so my business is called ABC Experiences and Events. I started out doing events, organize these luxury afternoon tea parties. I provide the relocation services, and I did some recruiting services. And now I've evolved to doing production and content creation. So I'm now a spokeswoman for this citizenship by investment firm. Hence why I went to Sao Tome and Principe, and next month I'll be traveling. So I do a variety of things. Here in Serbia, I've learned everyone does a variety of things. You can't have like one source of income. You can't. You need to have multiple streams. And unfortunately, that's why a lot of people leave to other markets to earn more money. But you have to do you have to do what's right for you. As a foreigner here, the lifestyle I live, I talked about this in my CNBC video interview, that it would be 10 times more expensive. Like the places I go to, where I live, or even my former flat was like right in the city center, it would be so much more expensive. And Massachusetts, specifically Boston, is a very stratified city. Like you have the Vietnamese here, you have the Chinese here, you have the whites here, you have the blacks there. It's just like there's not a lot of social mixing. And I need to live in a city where people socially mix. Here, people mix. And yes, you have wealthier neighborhoods, but still, like, I think one thing about Yugoslavia did really well was just, create like one type of class of people. And people, even some of the richest people in this country, I've met some of them, like they have friends from childhood that were not maybe as well off as them. So there's not too much inequality. Not too much. It's growing, but it's not too much. So I think really at the US at this point, that's the root of the cause. The root cause is classism and the growing inequality, between people. It's tough. It's tough. And honestly, I did my dues by volunteering on different campaigns, working on different campaigns, at a local level, a state level, at a presidential level. I don't agree with the whole notion that you should stay and fight. Absolutely not. Especially in my 20s and my hustling years. I'm like, no. So I look very beautiful. Yes, I'm single. Happily single, and I do not plan to change that at this point. I'm happily single. So Belgrade is a great place to be a single woman, I would say. It's great. Anytime I go out, you see always women and their friends out, beautiful places. People are not afraid to go out by themselves or with their friends. So this is a great city to be a single woman. Great place to be a single woman. So, well, that is half an hour here. I just wanted to check in, and I think next month I'll start doing my long form videos. But I just want to check in with my life updates with my new place, my new position as a spokeswoman for a Citizenship by Investment program, my feature in CNBC, and just checking in on sharing my summer highlights. So I'll answer this last question. What business opportunities have a lot of space to grow? Hospitality. I think hospitality, especially with Expo 2027 coming up, you have actually a lot of hotels that open. Like Hotel Bristol opened a couple of months ago. The St. Regis opened. A lot of venues and restaurants open. So there's always room for restaurants, but with the restaurant industry, it's very competitive. You can't go in alone. Construction, sure. There's a lot of opportunity. If you have more questions, you could send me an email, contact.abcexperience at gmail.com. Because I know a lot of people in business, in the media, in tech, in fashion, in property development. There is. And for my clients, I say, if you're going to come here, start a business, but you have to come here with your own money. Um, this is not an ecosystem. While there are startups, it's best, especially if you want to get your residency through your business, to come with, some cash. And people are open. You can find talent here because a lot of American and Canadian businesses outsource their customer service to Serbia because Serbs speak excellent English. Like some of my friends, I'm like, you sound very American. You sound like, someone from my hometown. So there are opportunities to grow business, and the government, the banks, and it's very easy. It's not like Singapore or Dubai easy, but I'm really lucky. I have a good accounting team and a legal team that has helped me. And if I need to outsource anything, or I have friends that are in business, people are happy to refer. So, yeah, Rachel. Okay. Wow, I can't believe it's been a half an hour already. I'm going to try to do more lives, get back to my lives like twice a week. So, thank you for tuning in. I feel great. Like the energy of my place, and I really love the aesthetic, is just, it's great. Okay, one more question. My favorite, I like ciabatta. Ciabatta is great, but I like to cook my own food. And I'm not a foodie. I cannot eat a lot of things. So I'm like the last person. I can say where to eat, especially the vibe, but food is just like, yeah. Okay. I'm going to hop off. Thank you for joining this live. Thank you for those that are subscribers. I mean, it's really humbling for me to have 4,000 people that are following my journey. Let me know more videos of what you want to see. I do have some ideas. If you want to see me practice with my Serbian, that's more for TikTok, but I can get back to practicing writing Serbian. But yeah, I think for me as an American living in Serbia, in Belgrade, it's home. I'm not sad. I'm just tired. It's time to go to bed. I start my day like around 5, so I'm tired, especially since I didn't really nap today. So, and it's been a busy week because it's Rosh Hashanah, it's a Jewish New Year, and yeah, but I wanted to check in and share my life update. So, thank you for tuning in. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.